Hey guys, this is Jake with Casual Ecommerce, and in this video we're going to be getting into my favorite types of products to sell on Shopify, and we're going to be going into the exact characteristics that I look for in products when I'm trying to advertise products on Facebook. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into my computer and get into some live examples. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be getting into a different way that you can think about doing product research and think about doing targeting when you're advertising those products on Facebook. So the technique that I'm going to go over in this video, I guess you could call it hyper targeting or multi-targeting, and pretty much what I mean is utilizing products that can appeal to multiple interest groups and then narrowing your audience to both of those interest groups when you're targeting them on Facebook to have a more hyper-targeted, more responsive audience to those products. So we're going to go ahead and get into an example because I understand me just saying that is probably really confusing and you have no idea what I'm talking about. So we're going to go with a really easy niche for examples, which is cats. So if say we have a cat store and we're selling cat products, so here's a pretty basic cat product. It's just a cat toy. So a cat toy is pretty much in one niche, as in the only type of people we're going to be targeting are cat owners. So if you go over to Facebook, there's a lot of different ways you can target, obviously. But we just go at base. But at base, we could just say we're targeting cat owners. So we have 30 million people, and we can narrow that down based on a bunch of different ways, all the targeting techniques, like cat brands, things like that. But that's not what we're getting into in this video. So the point of this first product is there's pretty much only one niche that we're targeting, and it's just cat owners. So let's move on to another cat product so I can demonstrate the difference that I'm talking about. So this is another cat product. This is a necklace, and you can tell it's obviously a female necklace. So what this does is this brings in a couple different demographics that we could use to narrow our audience besides just cats. So with the cat toy, we could narrow our audience, obviously, but we'd be doing it with like cat brands and any other things that are related to cats. But with this, we can narrow our audience with things outside of the cat niche, which can allow us to get a little bit more hyper targeting. So for example, we could narrow it down to people that are interested in jewelry. So you can see this is a different type of narrowing, because now we're not just looking at cat owners, but now we're looking at cat owners that are interested in jewelry, so they'd be interested in necklaces. And this is different because jewelry you would normally think of as a complete separate niche, but this product here is technically in two niches. It's in the cat niche, but it's also in the jewelry niche. So this allows us to essentially hyper target both of them, and this is still on a very broad level. We can keep going deeper. So obviously this is a woman's necklace, so we'd switch over to women. So you can see we already took the audience down from 30 million to 7 million people, and this is still with really broad targeting of just cat owners and then jewelry. So we could narrow it even more along those lines of the jewelry line by saying people that specifically like necklaces. And now we've brought the audience down to 1.4 million people. So the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of times when you're trying to narrow your audience, you would normally do it like cat owners, and then you'd insert like a cat brand here, and then another cat brand here, and then another ad. You'd start with cat owners, and then you narrow it with like maybe some influencers in the cat niche, and then another one you do cat owners, and you narrow it with I don't know, other things related to cats, like another interest group related to cats. But in this example, we're actually taking interest groups that are completely outside of the cat niche and bringing it into the cat niche to sell our cat product, because this product is appealing to multiple niches. So it allows us to hyper target people that are interested in jewelry and necklaces that are women, but are also cat owners. And then obviously we would add in, probably with this targeting, I would want to narrow it one more. I'd probably add in a cat brand or something, because I'd want it at least 2 and 2, so 2 interests for the jewelry side and 2 interests for the cat side. So let's just go ahead and get into another product example. So here's another example of a product that is in different niches. So this is in the cat niche, obviously, because these are yoga pants with cat print on them. So only someone that likes cats would get something like this. However, only someone that's really interested in cats and yoga would be more influenced to get this. So this is another different type of multi-targeting we could do, cross niche targeting or whatever you want to call it. So we could come back here and it'd still be women, because I hope the guys out there aren't wearing yoga pants. So we could start at cat owners again, and then we could narrow it down to yoga. And then we could narrow it again to another yoga brand or something like that, and then obviously narrow it down again with like a cat brand or something, and then we'd have a pretty small hyper-targeted audience that's not only interested in cats, but that's also interested in yoga. So they're interested in multiple factors of our product, not just one factor, not just one niche. So this would have exceptional emotional appeal to someone who's interested in yoga and who owns a cat and really loves their cat. So the point I'm trying to convey is that obviously you can sell products like the cat toys that are just in one niche, and that's completely fine. But this is just something to keep your eye out on, to look for within your niche. Look for products within your niche that have the opportunity to bring in some more hyper targeting from other niches. So you can really, this is just an effective way of narrowing your audience and getting a nice hyper targeted audience that is not only interested in one aspect of your product but multiple aspects of your product. And some common ways of taking advantage of this is with like print on demand. So say you were selling like coffee cups, you could, I mean, we'll just we'll stick with the cat niche. So we'll go back to cat owners, and let's say you had some cat mugs or something, so you could also narrow it to people who like coffee. And then, I mean, you could just keep going, so people who like coffee and people who like Starbucks. So it's essentially multi-targeting, where you're targeting 2 niches at once, so you're trying to play off of 2 passions at once. So the cool thing about this is obviously a lot of drop shipping and print on demand is impulse buying and playing off of emotions. So you really need people that are passionate about the niche. So with examples like this, you can get people that are passionate about 2 niches and then advertise both of their niches to them. So obviously someone who's interested in coffee and drinks coffee every day is going to be more likely to buy a coffee mug. And then if they like cats as well, they're going to be more likely to buy a cat designed coffee mug. And this work, you can do this with phone cases. Phone cases are interesting because you can come down here and you can actually either target iOS or Android. So that's another example of this. You could target iPhone owners who are interested in cats, and then only target people who are on their iPhone at the time. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this method of targeting. And I just wanted to bring this method to light because I'm sure a lot of people have seen these type of products before, but maybe they haven't thought about the fact that these products are in multiple niches and that you can actually target both those niches at the same time to have a more hyper targeted effect. So definitely try this out. Look for products within your niche you can put in your store, or that are maybe already in your store, that you can advertise to multiple audiences, so you can narrow your audience down really small and then get a hyper targeted audience that's not only passionate about one aspect of your product but multiple aspects of your product. So with that being said, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in another video.